Hello, well here we are, episode 1 of the 5-day challenge. Now the 5-day challenge is where you are going to design and build your new business website over the next 5 days and save at least $5,000. Now that's working with me, but that's also working with the bots that we've designed and built here at our own agency on Sydney Harbour over the last 10 years. Tried and tested on hundreds of clients, and now we're releasing with the world so that you can design and build your new business website in just 5 days without any design skills and without any code whatsoever. In this episode, we're going to get off to a rapid start and style not just one, but every single theme on the mobile platform with your brand. Now, at the time of this video, there are 70 themes and we're always adding more. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel to be updated as soon as new themes are released with hot tips on how you can use them in your website. Now, if you think that styling 70 themes in one 10-minute episode sounds hard, well, all you're going to do is drop your logo onto a page and watch as our bots style those themes for you. And then in later episodes, we're going to go on to customize absolutely everything with the assistance of the bots, but also with the assistance of 5,000 layouts that have been pre-made for you that you can drag and drop, mix and match in any order and go on to customize absolutely everything. And that's just one of the reasons why I'm confident that even if you've got no design skills whatsoever, you can complete this 5-day challenge. Now, if you're a designer or want to learn how to become a website designer, we're going to go on and customize absolutely everything. And in day 3, I'm going to show you Moble's process of how we build websites from scratch so that you will be able to look at any website in the world and build it yourself in moments using a tried and tested process that keeps all of your team on track and so that they will never stray off brand. Now, I should also let you know that the themes that we're going to use in this episode won this year's Australian Web Awards for Innovation. Now, that's because the themes are what we call mix and match. You could take the banner from one theme or the footer from another theme, mix and match them in any order, and as soon as you drop them onto a page, that's when our bots will convert them into your brand. And the bots will even go on to sort the padding and alignment for you, so all the themes just work together. Now, you might also be interested to know that the bots that you're going to use in this episode were originally built for our sales team. The sales guys would rock up to a client meeting, drop their logo onto a page, and our bots would pick the colors. Then the clients could go and mix and match the 5,000 layouts to create their first design concept. Now, if our sales guys can do it, I'm pretty sure that you can do it too, and that's how confident I am that we're going to get off to a rapid start in this episode. Now, it's important to remember that even though we're going to style a theme in this episode, it is just an onboarding. We're going to whip you through a 7-step process where you sample just some of the tools, and then after you sign up, we'll go on to customize absolutely everything. Now, step 7 is where we ask you for your $9, and it's important to remember that the course is free. All of the web school training is free. All of the design themes are free. You get to use the entire mobile platform and all of the features. All we ask is that you pay your $9, which covers your hosting and maintenance, which I suspect is cheaper than you're paying already. Okay, let's do this. Let's go on to style your theme, and then let's go on to customize everything in the following episodes. Okay, well, here we are on the mobile.com website, and you can see there's 2 buttons in the top right. There's the Built By You button, and we've got the Built For You button. Well, the Built For You button is where you can skip the 5-day challenge altogether and have my team do it for you in just 1 day. Now, maybe you don't have the time or resources, and often people just love the mobile software and the fact that you can have layouts styled with your brand, that you can just drag and drop and manage your business, and you just want it done for $2,500. Well, that's fine. This is the form that you complete. Now, I will say that Mobile normally build websites from 5,000, often go beyond 50,000 for custom websites. So this is a pretty good offer. If you fill this form out during the 5-day challenge, then you'll lock in the price point of $2,500. Just fill out the form, put in your $9 so we can spin up your site, and that's for your hosting and maintenance, and then our team will be in touch to book in your site in a day. Now, if you've got any questions, you can also fill out the form without the $9, and again, our team will be in touch with you to answer those questions. Now, if you're feeling more adventurous, which I suspect is why you're here, you want to click the Built By You button. And here you can see you can click the button and get started, and we move on to go and pick your initial theme. Okay, so step one, this is where we pick your theme. Now, at the time of this video, there's 70 themes. We're always adding more, and when we add more into the future, we'll let you know if you subscribe to our YouTube channel. There, each video will be quick tips on how you can apply the layouts of that theme to your current website. So you can drag new layouts in, they'll pick up the styles of your website, and so you'll never have to do things like redesigning again. You can always keep your website up to date with the latest design styles. You're going to hit a bot and a bot update, and a bot will then go and turn those layouts into your brand, which is pretty cool stuff. Now, after you sign up, you've still got access to all of these themes in the editor. And again, when you could pick any of these themes after you sign up, see all the layouts from those themes, drop them onto page, and it'll turn to your styles too. So the key point about that is you don't have to procrastinate too much right here. It doesn't matter which one you pick. In this onboarding, I'm going to start with one theme and I'll flip to another, just so you can see how that works. So here's a sneak peek of the editor, where you can see 5,000 layouts that are included, all for your $9 a month. Can't really say fairer than that. Well, to get to those themes, you just click the layouts button, and then you can search by theme. Here I'll select Senya, and I'll select Deca as well. And if I drop this one onto the page, the bots will convert it into your colors and fonts. Then you can go on to customize everything, which is what you'll be doing shortly in day 1, day 2, and day 3. Okay, so now I'll drop Deca, and you can see it's green. I'll drop it and bang. Now it's in my site's colors, and it really is that easy. Okay, so since this is episode 1, it is a bit more verbose than the other episodes, which will whip you through a lot quicker. So what I'll do in just now is just take 4 minutes or so just to explain some of the themes so that you can pick yours a little bit better. We're going to start with Nanshi, okay, and it's quite a minimal theme, but I'm going to be turning it into this theme called Alio. Now, I designed Alio for the purpose of the 5-day challenge, really to show off effects and animations, which in day 3 you're going to learn how to click a few buttons and apply awesome effects and animations to your website with no code, no designer required, no agency required, no developer required. Anyone can do effects and animations. So I'll show you the header of Alio. Now, the header of every theme comes with lots of features out the box. So you can animate your logos on scroll, you can do drop downs, custom mega menus, menu sections, action sections, online shops, and much more. We're going to be doing that today in the headers episode, where you're going to pick your header, and then the first episode of day 2 we're going to do your whole sitemap navigation. Okay, so let's have a look at this theme here called Jillian. This is a newer one. It's quite modern, could be used for things like events. In one of the YouTube episodes that's coming up, I'm going to show you how I use Jillian to turn it into a new redesign for Dirty Feet. So it's the same website, same content. We just dragging this theme, and the client has a new website. So again, subscribe to the new YouTube channel to get that one. Look here, we've got Inco. It's very minimal, could be used for arts and agencies. And then we've got Sula. This one is similar to sort of Netflix or Amazon in its kind of carousel. But you don't just have to put videos in your carousel. In mobile, you can mix videos, images, shop products, and events. So here you can see product. This product fittingly has a background video in the product page. You're going to learn how to do that too. or I could use it to show events in the reel too, and events pages could do an RSVP, or they could even sell tickets right in the page. We've also got Maya, which is minimal but with distinct borders that separate the content. Makes for a cool sidebar for category pages or projects. We had a client recently use it to show like 60 project pages and filter those, which is pretty cool stuff. And of course you can mix themes together. So this theme called Enki, which I actually combined with a theme called Eridu to launch an online shop during COVID. Now that website went on to make $25,000 on its opening weekend, which is pretty cool stuff. It was on Channel 9 News, and you're going to learn the strategy I used to grow that website and get those sales on day 5. And it could be fitting now to take a look at that news clip.
Hey guys, Ben from Taps and Tins here. As you can see, the beer's still in the warehouse, still cold, still fresh. Order today to save the beer and support your local breweries.
The closure of watering holes have forced some publicans to seek out creative alternatives, with a new campaign called Taps and Tins being launched this weekend. The aim is to save jobs, businesses and tens of thousands of litres of beer from going down the drain.
What we wanted to do is allow people to pick and mix everything that's on offer in the warehouse and have it freshly poured in the morning and arrive to their door in the afternoon.
Okay, so there you go, from idea to $25,000 in just 10 days time, all possible with a speed of execution like this. So with that said, let's go and get your website set up. Now I suggest spending about 5 to 10 minutes max. Don't procrastinate too much for this, because as you know by now, we're going to customize everything later. So I want you to go and click the button at the top, and let's decide if we want to add an online shop. Okay, well, let's pick up the pace. Let's decide if you want an online shop. If you don't want a shop, click brochure, knowing that you can add one at any time with just one click. And if you do want a shop, click shop, and let's move on to step 3. So this is where you can give your theme a header. Here there's a small sample of 4 headers. There's 100 headers after you sign up. So this sample has a logo in the center or a logo on the left. I actually prefer my logo on the left. And you can also choose if you want your header transparent, which is striking if you've got a background video in your main banner or a nice background image. Sometimes you want a header transparent, but for the purposes of this demo, I'm going to make mine full color, and I'm going to click next and move on to step 4. Okay, so this is the bit that you're going to drop your logo onto the page, and our bots are going to extract the colors from your logo and then style a theme, and they're going to do this with just 3 colors. Okay, after you sign up, and on episode 3, which starts in about 20 minutes time. Episode 2 is only 5 minutes, and then we're straight into episode 3, where we're going to add all of your colors, and again our bots are going to sync those right the way around the website. So in 15 minutes time you're going to have a really nice looking website. Okay, but so don't worry if you don't have a logo, just click skip for now, because we're going to add those manually. I'm going to show you in episode 3 just shortly cool ways to pick colors and get a really nice color palette. Now this is where I will pick my logo. I'm going to select a logo with a transparent background. If you've got a logo in your header, you don't want a background color, but don't worry, again, if you do have a logo with a background color, the bots will just extract that color, which can be good, and add to your palette. Okay, so I'm going to select a transparent PNG rather than a JPEG with a background image. Now our bots are now uploading that, which takes about 30 seconds, sometimes 60 on a slow internet. So don't close your browser here for the next 30 seconds, and our bots are going to generate a palette for you. Okay, cool. So the bots have done a pretty good job here. They've picked out the pink and the sky blue, and they've given 2 variants, a washed out pink and a washed out sky blue, but neither of these are my main color. So what's a main color? Well, my logo, I didn't have a background color, did I? Now think of main colors, the darker color that is the background. So if it's IKEA, that would be blue, and an accent would be the yellow. Now if it was Coca-Cola, you could decide what's the main color. Is it red, which is okay, with maybe black or white on top, but you could also decide in this instance to make your main color the black and have red that pops on top. So think about it simply IKEA blue as the main color. Okay, so For my main color, I could use the hex code here, or I could use the color picker to select something close for now, knowing that I can easily swap that later. So I'll just use the color picker here to demonstrate. You can see it's close, but it's not the color that I'm going for. Over here you can see on the Alio website, I'm going for a much deeper blue. So what I'm going to do now is jump over to my brand guidelines and pick the exact color. Now if you've got brand guidelines, you can go there right now and grab the hex code and then come back and paste it in. If you don't have brand guidelines, don't worry, I'm going to show you in episode 3 how we pick a really cool color palette. So here I'll grab the hex code, paste it in, and then move on to pick our accent color. Okay, so now I'm going to choose my accent color. Remember, there's loads of colors I have to sign up. Here we're building a theme just with 3 colors just to demonstrate the power of how quickly we can do it. So if it was IKEA, the accent color that we're choosing now would be the yellow. So over here, I'm going to choose my accent color. I'll try with the pink, but I'm actually happy with the blue. So now I'll choose that and we'll move straight on to choose our neutral color. Now when you think of neutral as an off-white, so if you've got a light website, the neutral will be your background color. Well, you can see here I've got a dark website, or in this case a full color website, so it's not very good for showcasing what neutral is. So what I'm going to do is pop back to my theme, and as I said at the start, I'm going to be starting with the Nancy theme, so now's a good time to select that. And I'm going to jump straight back to colors, and you can see that my colors have been preserved. I've got my main, my accent 1, my neutral. And so here I'm going to choose my neutral color. Okay, now to pick my exact neutral color, I'm going to flip back to my brand guidelines to grab the color. So you can see here in the brand guidelines I've got the actual white, which is 6 Fs, F, and I've got my off-white, which is F2, F2, F2. So I'm going to grab F2, I'm going to jump back in, I'm going to paste it in here. Okay, looking good. So now we'll choose the header background, and if you recall, my header is going to be dark, and the bots have updated this to give me a light header. So I'm going to click the main swatch here, and look, it will update all the colors so that it will work on that dark background. So now just choose if you want a lighter, which will be your neutral background, or your darker, which will be your main. And you can see how this onboarding is working. Well, we've come this far with just 3 colors, our main, neutral, and accent 1. Well, these other colors need updating with our brand, as you can see here. And in episode 3, we're going to use our bot to do it just by hitting this sync button. And it will give us, once we've synced that, it will give us 2 versions, which you can flip between light and dark of the entire website theme. Just as it changed the header there, it will change the entire website. And you can see here, we've got hundreds of swatches for every element of your entire website. You can imagine how long that would take if we didn't have bots that were helping us, but we're just going to hit one button, it's going to do everything for us, and then we can go and tweak each swatch. Well, here are our call to action button. You can see we've got colors that don't necessarily work yet. We're going to update these, like this purple, and let's have a neutral text, for example. And we just hit save. So even though our bots have updated everything, we can go and change unique swatches, and that will apply right around the entire website. But it doesn't stop there. Look at this on scroll. We can change the colors on scroll. You can see header scroll here. We've got our action button, which is blue, and then our text that is the darker blue. So that gives you a sneak peek of what we're going to be doing in episode 3. So let's move on now and choose your fonts. So this is where we choose your first heading font. Headings are just like Microsoft Word or Google Docs, also important for SEO. Now my recommendation is that you choose a more conservative header font. In a second we're going to choose a display font, which is a more poppy one. And in this onboarding you're just going to have 2 to play with. Of course, after you sign up, and in episode 4, right after the colors episode, that's when we're going to customize all of your fonts, and our bots are going to help you with everything, even the line height and letter spacing. It's going to run it all across your site, which is going to save you hours. So that's why you don't need to be a designer. Anyone can do it. And here's a sneak peek. You can see here that this is what the bots do here: line height, letter spacing. It then goes and applies that across all of your fonts, so they all just work together, which is super cool when you're doing things like font pairings, which we're going to cover, like I say, in episode 4. So while we're here, I'll just give you a sneak peek of the page editor, and you can see that all the fonts that we designed, which is what we're going to be doing on episode 4 today, all the fonts that we design are locked down. So that's just like the same with the way that the colors are locked down. And the key advantage there is, well, a website has many content editors. It even has content editors that maybe come in from a different company, like a marketing agency or a content agency, that come in to help you. And so what you don't want to do is let those people have access to things like fonts and colors that can really go and mess your brand guidelines, add in things like maybe a maroon Comic Sans or whatever it is. So that's one of the key advantages here of the mobile platform, that we lock down the styles area. And you can even, as you'll see in episode 2 today, you can even lock down the permissions so that they can't even get into the styles area to change fonts. They can only use what we design, and so they will always stay on brand. So I'm just going to select Roberto Condense for now, knowing that I can update this properly in episode 4, which is coming up in 10-20 minutes time. But also check out another episode where I'm going to get an AI to do an actual whole web design for us. This is on day 3. I'm going to ask an AI to go and design a website for a tourist events website. Okay, and then it's basically going to do a design and create and generate loads of images for this website. And I'm also going to show you a font pairing. And in that font pairing, I'm going to be using a font called Philosopher for the display font, and then a font called Just for the heading font. And it's a really, really nice pairing. You'll see in episode 4 how we approach pairings. But this is all coming up. So just select any of these fonts. We've chosen just a slimline variety here of heading fonts for you, just to get you through this. We don't want you to be distracted at this stage of the onboarding picking fonts. Okay, so I'm just going to choose Roberto Condensed here. And then I'll go over and hit the next. And this takes me to a preview, so you can see how my website's coming together now. You can see the heading font is here. My heading fonts are just shown on the right hand side, look, over here. And now what I want to do is move on, because we're going to select our display font, which you can see on the left. Okay, so let's hit next and choose our display font. Well, here I'm just going to select Space Mono, just to give you a quick preview. So again, I'll hit the preview button. You can see there it's updated, display font, and scroll, and you can see that that's updated. That's updated right the way across this theme that we're about to spin up and create. Okay, but Anton was looking pretty good. I like Anton just to showcase some of the themes at the end. It's a nice printing press style font. You can see here on the left. So I'm quite happy for that now. It's not going to be the one that I choose in episode 4. Okay, and let's move on. Okay, so every theme needs some demo images to play with. So here you can see the ones from Nancy, but I could change this to any collection. Here's the images from Eton, working with Nancy, or Seeker, or Aswad, or Charlie. And Charlie's looking good, so I'm going to start with this one. Because it's black and white, it's going to show contrast. In episode 7, I'm going to upload all of my images, which have got a lot more colors to them. When I upload them, our bots are going to compress them and optimize them for site speed and for Google. And it's going to do all of that for you. Put your images into one file. It will compress everything and do all of that for you, again, saving you hours. But also in episode 8, I'm going to show you how an AI can create images for you. So you even if you've got no images, even if you don't have to worry about buying or license, I'm going to show you a few little hacks so that you can use an AI to generate images that should work for your brand if you follow my instructions correctly in episode 8. So now we've got our initial styles. Let's just jump back to themes and let's have a bit of a play with the themes. I did say that now all the themes are styled, right? With just the 3 colors and the demo images and the fonts that we've whipped through in this session. So let's have a look at what we look like with Maya. Okay, very cool. And let's have a look at Senya. Senya would be awesome if we had more colors, which we're going to look at in episode 3. Aswad, that's characterized here by a dominant sticky form. And Deca, which we looked at earlier, this would make quite a good corporate theme if it had more kind of corporate colors, unlike the ones I've got here. So just go through now and just maybe have a bit of a look at some of the other themes to give you a bit more inspiration with the colours that you've set, and that will get us in good stead for when we move on now and we really start getting into your design and start customizing everything. Okay, so if you haven't done so already, now's the time to whip through the 7 steps, which, like I say, should take you between 5 and 10 minutes. Don't procrastinate too much, because as you know now, all of the layouts and all of the themes are waiting for you after you sign up. And of course, as we add more in the future, which we intend to add lots more layouts and themes, they will instantly be placed into your editor for you to use at any time. So the key takeaway really from this episode is that you've had a play. You've had to play and experiment with just some of the tools, and you've had a preview of what's to come. And in doing that, you've now got a theme that's ready with some of the elements of your brand that's ready to be spun up onto the server. So this is where we ask you for your $9 to cover that hosting. The $9 includes this course, the 5-day challenge. It includes all the ongoing web school training, and it includes all of the mobile platform and all of the tools, which includes things like e-commerce with advanced options and variants, so you don't need to add any extra plugins there. That's all included. And we don't even take transaction fees on your online shop either. So that's pretty good value, I would say, for $9. The $9 covers your hosting and bug-free maintenance, which, like I said at the start, I suspect that's cheaper than you're paying already. So whip through the 7 steps. We'd be very grateful if you could help us out with that $9. And just know that that $9 is a monthly payment, so you can cancel anytime. Just go into your My Account, which we're going to look at in episode 2. Just go into your My Account and hit this unsubscribe cancellation button there, and you won't be charged again. Now the monthly fee does increase with the number of the pages, and that's still super cheap for hosting and all of the value of the platform that you get already. You can see the pricing along here for that monthly fee, which you can see is super cheap also. So episode 2 is very quick. This was a more verbose episode because we wanted to get you signed up, but also give you a bit of a showcase and preview too. Next episode's super quick. We show you how to log in, but how to set up your account and your account for your teammates, because on day 4, we're going to be inviting your teammates to come in and help add content and drag and drop all these beautiful business design layouts that we're going to build in day 1, 2, and 3. Now, if you don't have copy on day 4, don't worry about it, because we've also got a bot in the editor that writes copy for you. So you can just hit a button, it will write your copy, and then you can go on and tweak things. So even if you don't have copy, our bots can even do that too. So that brings us to the end of episode 1, and I'll look forward to continuing the 5-day challenge with you in episode 2.